Hey, Dustin Thompson from the Sierra Club Delaware chapter again. We're continuing the series on electric bill and Delmarva bill rate impacts to hopefully provide some clarity as we move through this process and learn together. So we talked about a little bit about how the RPS functions and why that's not really the driver of bill impacts that people are experiencing. So now I want to talk a little bit about what a lot of people are experiencing, which is a large increase in natural gas usage and natural gas energy costs. So one might wonder, how is natural gas increasing energy costs? Many Delawareans using Delmarva power for electricity and gas did experience a significant bill increase in January, and a similar spike is expected in February. This surge is largely due to both an increase in usage over the past 2 months due to extraordinarily cold weather and the rising cost of natural gas over the last few years, highlighting broader issues in the natural gas market. In Delmarva, Delaware's service territory, the usage of natural gas exceeded three separate 25-year records due to extreme cold and windy weather. According to DPL, on average, customers used 200% more natural gas than normal during this period. That resulted in substantial increases on the gas portion of people's Delmarva Power's bills. Additionally, the rates on Delmarva's bills for the delivery of natural gas are roughly double to the current cost of supply for natural gas. So those impacted by increased usage of natural gas for heating due to the frigid temperatures, those recent bill impacts were significant. While some Delawareans are switching to heat pumps and electric appliances to navigate the volatility of natural gas prices, many are still building new homes that are dependent on natural gas, and this just exacerbates the natural gas shortage. You can see here that even though you may not have messed with your thermostat during those extreme temperatures, the heat required in your house is significantly higher, more energy intensive to generate because of the temperatures outside. And then in addition to that, it usually costs electricity to run that heat through your house. We've also seen a rapid increase in the number of exports. So while environmental protections aimed at curbing the impacts of fracking on local water supplies have impacted the supply of natural gas in the region, the U.S. has also exported more natural gas in 2023 than ever before. A lot of that's driven by the war in Ukraine. This has further raised costs, though, for domestic markets. Price impacts double for Delmarva gas customers due to electricity also being produced primarily by natural gas. You can see here in this slide that electric power, in terms of the supply chain of natural gas or demands of natural gas, was a significant portion. So you have the residential up here and commercial up here, which folks are experiencing on their bills, but you're also seeing natural gas prices in the markets impact our electric bills because of how much we rely on it for natural gas, for electricity. So how will increasing reliance on natural gas continue to increase costs for consumers? Natural gas is being increasingly used as an economic engine for the United States, with exports aimed at countering Russian interests. While we continue to expand the use of the fuel as a linchpin of many industries, and we continue to expand usage in so many additional markets, this will continue to cause impacts on the supply costs to residential and commercial customers. For example, in hydrogen production, the U.S. largely relies on natural gas through a process called steam methane reformation, which heats and separates natural gas into hydrogen and carbon. The process often releases the carbon into the atmosphere, which contributes to climate change. Although carbon capture is possible, it's really energy intensive, and it often then relies on even more natural gas. So leaning into hydrogen on the back of natural gas is going to cause price increases in the supply market. In the transit side of things, companies and gas utilities are looking at natural gas and other sources of methane as an alternative fuels for cars and trucks and buses. Indeed, some states like California have created policies similar to our renewable portfolio standards, which we talked about before, to promote the usage of so-called low-carbon fuels as an alternative to diesel. and there has been a push for similar initiatives in Delaware. Increasing the dependence on natural gas and methane is only going to further contribute to climate change, as methane is the most potent greenhouse gas known to man, while also driving up costs for natural gas across all markets, and that includes residential and gas customers. In the next video, we're going to talk about how does wind and solar and storage come into play.